coming up.
You really talk down about them. You dislike just about all those people. Yet you sit there and you call yourself a man of God. That is where I have a problem, because you're selling these people snake oil. You're selling them a false hope. What you're doing is you're telling people to dislike your fellow man. God came here for not only one person. He didn't come only for Jesse Peterson and the American citizen.
So you believe that God came to the USA for the illegal aliens
No,
too?
no, I'm not saying that he came directly only to the U.S. He came for the entire world. He came for the entire world.
But Joseph, you're not being honest. You're upset at me, and you're
no,
pretending to be.
I get tired. I get tired about the way that you keep on down talking immigrants, and I really
illegal
get,
aliens.
It pisses me off after a while, where I'm trying to be as calm as I can, and you do this humorous thing, and you call everybody else evil when they talk badly about the Republicans or anything about your great white hope. And keep in mind, I voted for Donald Trump as well, so I can say this if I want.
So you agree with me? He is a great white hope.
You represent him in a very, very bad way.
What do I say about the illegal alien situation? That's not true.
You just said right now that they drink all the water, that they do this, that
well,
they do that. You really dislike them. You hate them is what it is.
I don't want them in my country.
I'm not even going to. You don't own this country, first of all, so it's not your country.
It is my country. It is my land.
No, it's not. Your land was from Africa. That's where your heritage came from. That's where you were from.
I was born
That's where your heritage comes from.
I was born in Alabama.
And a lot of these people were born here in the
America. I want to go to Joseph out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Joseph, get it off your chest, sir.
What's going on, Jesse?
All is well. How you doing?
I'm doing well, sir.
Great.
Okay, I just had a curiosity about this wall that is apparently going to be built. I'm not sure if there's any status on this wall and how you feel about this wall. I'm just curious about how it should be working as far as the supply of the water, because we rely on that Rio Grande water as well.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's ever been something that you've ever thought about and things like that.
I am 100% in support of the big, beautiful wall going up. And we'll figure out how to get the water in. But we got to put the wall up. And if we don't get it done while we have the great white hope in the White House, it will never get done. It's time to put America first. Do you agree with that?
The water supply, I guess, is what we're concerned about.
Right. Well, we'll figure out how to get the water to you.
Well, that should be something that should be thought of prior to making that kind of a decision. I mean, people out here in the state of New Mexico rely on that water for farming and so forth.
Right. Well, believe me, the president is very smart. He's very wise. He can see what's in front of him. It's been dealt with. I don't know what they're doing at this point. We can try to find out for you. But don't worry. Are you in support of the big, beautiful wall going up?
I kind of think there should be other ways of dealing with it rather than building a wall. I really don't think that's really the way to go about it, but everybody has their own opinion about it.
So you're not in support of the big, beautiful wall?
I'm not 100% in support of it. Not 100%. No.
Are you somewhat in support of it?
I would say partial wall. I wouldn't say a complete wall. Like I said.
Why not? Why not?
I gave you an example a moment ago. We're talking about water supply shortage of water.
But I told you we'll take care of the water issue, and knowing now that we're gonna take care of the water issue.
Well, you know that the water issue is going to be. It's not only through the Rio Grande; it travels all the way to the Colorado River as well. So it's not something that you can just say. We'll think about it later. We're talking about water.
No,
we're not talking about a piece of bread. We're talking about water.
But don't worry, we're going to make sure you get water. And so knowing that we're going to take care of the water issue, are you now for the wall?
No, not until I get an answer about the water.
So if there was no water issue, once that's resolved, will you be in 100% support of the wall?
No, not necessarily.
So
no.
it's not about the water. It's about
No, it is
you
about
not.
the water. Because
It's about
it's
you
not only-
not.
well,
It's about you not wanting a wall.
Not only,
Why
no, I
don't you
just
want
told
a
you.
wall?
You haven't given me a straight answer about the water. You're telling me we'll deal with it later. No, you don't deal with it later.
I didn't
deal with
tell
it
you later.
today.
I said that the president is working that out. Don't worry about that. He's very smart. He'll make sure the
Oh,
water gets in. But the reality is you're not in support of the wall.
Well, because, I rely on water. The animals rely on water. The farmers rely on water.
But how about
And so-
relying on life itself and jobs? Do you
Water,
rely on those
water
things?
is life, sir. Water is life.
Do you rely on those things, jobs and
Water,
protection?
water is life. Water
about-
is life.
How about your protection? Are you concerned about that?
Water is life.
Are you a citizen of this country?
Of course I am.
You were born here.
Of course I am.
So are you in favor of the Great White Hope putting America first?
I'm in support of getting water to our people.
Okay,
making sure that we have water.
I got that. We're past that. Are you
No,
in
we're not
support?
past it because you haven't given me an answer for it. You keep on trying to tell me to be in support of something that yet you don't have an answer for.
I told you I don't know what they're doing at this point. We'll try and find out for you, but don't worry. The water issue will be taken care of.
I would say we have to worry about it. I mean, as you know, California already has drought water problems as it is.
Well, that's because all the illegals are drinking the water up.
I wish that I can laugh about it. I mean, I know you're being humorous, but sometimes that stuff is kind of offensive to people, and I really don't like it. But I'm laughing just to be a good sport. But I mean, I think that's a really bad character on some people when they make jokes like that.
Why is that offensive?
It's offensive because what makes you think that they're not God's people themselves just because they're
Because if they were
illegal?
God people, they wouldn't be breaking the law to get here.
Oh, okay. So God never broke any laws, and Jesus never broke any laws.
Hold on, Joseph. I want to go quickly back to Joseph. First time caller. Joseph doesn't want the wall to go up. He says he's concerned about the water down in that area there. But Joseph, it sounds like you just don't want the wall to go up. You're against the wall going up, right?
No, I never said that. You're speaking for me, but I mean that's usually what you do for everybody. I never said I didn't want the wall. I told you specifically
I don't speak for
that
everybody.
I'm looking for an answer concerning the water.
I gave you
cannot
my
make an
answer.
That's like you trying to tell me that are you going to have a child or not? Oh well, I don't know yet because of so and so. Come on, you got to think about these things ahead of time.
Well, the president, I'm not putting the wall up myself. The president putting the wall up, and he's very smart.
Well, I know, but you're saying that I said I don't want it. That's never came out of my mouth.
So, do you want a wall to go up?
I don't know at this point.
Yes,
I
you
don't
do.
know at this point.
You're not being honest.
How could I, dude? I just told you specifically if they can resolve the issue concerning the water, then it makes it a lot more towards maybe the wall can come up. But there's other issues besides that needs to be addressed as well.
Those are being addressed. You mentioned the water in California. You do realize that Jerry Brown refused to build a reservoir, and that is one of the reasons we're having an issue with water in California. You do realize that, right? It's his fault.
Well, I mean, there's a hundred issues. It's not just one person blaming it on one person. These issues should have been addressed many, many years ago.
No, that is an issue. But the
these
issue
issues have been since I was in elementary school. I could still recall all these issues always being happening. So it's not like it just came up today.
Well, the water issue in California is Jerry Brown's fault. But the illegal alien issue, we should have put the wall up while Ronald Reagan was in the White House. Had he put the wall up, we wouldn't have the issue of illegal aliens that we have
Reagan
now.
gave amnesty to a lot of people.
I know. That was a horrible mistake.
I don't see how it was a mistake, but I think what the issue
It was
here
horribly
is
wrong. You're right. It wasn't a mistake. It was wrong.
I think what the issue here is, and I think since you like to speak over people, I think you should be a lot more honest. You dislike anybody who is not from the U.S. You dislike people who are mostly Hispanic, because I see you really talk down about them. You dislike just about all those people, yet you sit there and you call yourself a man of God. That is where I have a problem, because you're selling these people snake oil. You're selling them a false hope. What you're doing is you're telling people to dislike your fellow man. God came here for not only one person. He didn't come only for Jesse Peterson and the American citizen.
So you believe that God came to the USA for the illegal aliens
No,
too?
I'm not saying that he came directly only to the U.S. He came for the entire world. He came for the entire world.
But Joseph, you're not being honest. You're upset at me, and you're
no,
pretending to be.
I get tired. I get tired about the way that you keep on down talking immigrants, and I really
illegal
get, like,
aliens.
It pisses me off after a while, where I'm trying to be as calm as I can, and you do this humorous thing, and you call everybody else evil when they talk badly about the Republicans or anything about your great white hope. And keep in mind, I voted for Donald Trump as well, so I can say this if I want.
So you agree with me? He is a great white hope.
You represent him in a very, very bad way by the things that you say. You represent him very badly, because now, because of something like what you say, I'm thinking twice about my vote, because you're representing them very badly.
In what way? Give me an example.
I just gave you an example a moment ago.
The president said that
the way that you talk about immigrants is something that you really do.
What do I say? Hold on,
you talk
Joseph.
about how people have hatred. You have hatred in your heart.
What do I say about the illegal alien situation? That's not true.
You just said right now that they drink all the water, that they do this, that
well, they are.
You really dislike them. You hate them, is what it is.
I don't want them in my country.
I'm not even going to... You don't own this country, first of all, so it's not your country.
It is my country. It is my land.
No, it's not. Your land was from Africa. That's where your heritage came from. That's where you were from.
I was born
That's where your heritage comes from.
I was born in Alabama.
And a lot of these people were born here in this
America.
continent. A lot of these people were born in this continent, whether it be Mexico or not. But they were born in this continent. Your continent is in Africa.
Are you a Mexican?
What did I just tell you where I was born?
Are you a Mexican, though?
Was I born in Mexico? No, I was not.
I didn't ask you if you were born in Mexico. I asked.
Well, you're telling me, am I Mexican? That means that I was born in Mexico.
Are you Hispanic?
I wasn't born in Spain either.
I'm not asking you where you were born.
You just did. You're asking me if I was Hispanic. That means that if I was born in Spain. I was not born in Spain. I was born in the United States.
You're not an honest man.
Dude, you don't even know the difference between heritage. You don't know the difference. That's where your problem is.
You just told me my roots were. You told me my roots were Africa. You said my roots were Africa, and I'm born in America.
Hispanic means.
So I'm going back to Joseph. Joseph is calling from New Mexico, and when he first called in, he sounded so nice. Jesse, hi. I'm just wondering, how you feel about the war? Just wondering. Trying to sound like a Christian. What do you think about the water? And now the real Joseph is showing up. So Joseph, what I want to know, he a little snake in the grass. What I want to know,
Jesse,
Joseph,
why are you trying to talk feminine when you know you're the one that dyes your beard? You do all these feminine things. You twist your eyebrows. You dye your hair. You do feminine things. You wear makeup on the on TV. You're the feminine one. Don't try to act like I'm feminine.
So Joseph, what's wrong with me being angry about the illegal aliens coming in when you're angry at me and screaming at me for disagreeing with the illegal aliens?
Keep in mind that you're not disagreeing. You're putting words in my mouth. You're saying things that I never said. Just right now,
you're yelling at me. You're screaming. You're screaming at me.
You're trying to get me irritated. You're trying to do something to irritate me. You're doing it on purpose. You call yourself a man of God? Really?
Joseph.
Really?
Are you?
Where are the horns? Because they're going to pop out soon, buddy.
Joseph, are you a Christian?
Of course I am. And I don't have a list. I don't have a list like you, sir.
Well, why are you so nasty if you're a Christian?
Well, why were you nasty a moment ago when you were saying, "Oh, the water, the water"?
No, I'm just saying. I was just saying you tried to act like you were. You tried to pretend like you. I gotta run, Joseph. I gotta run. I want to get some more folks in here. So, Joseph would not answer whether he was a Mexican or Hispanic. He wouldn't clearly answer if he wanted the wall or not, and blah, blah, blah. Right. Amazing.